Hello, and welcome to another episode of Manifest Actual Play. With me again are Dan Barron, Seth Lilly, Addie Gia. I'm Tommy Cotton. We've been off for a little while, but we're back now. We did it. We're all here, and we're going to see what happens next in this crazy story we're telling in Tobias Station. But before we get into any of that, as always, I'm going to pass it over to Addie Gia for announcements. What do we got, Addie?
So only a few announcements this week. For starters, we've been off for a while, which means that we haven't had the opportunity to let you or remind you that uh, we here do take subscriptions on Twitch, which you can do as part of your Prime membership. You get a free subscription to one Twitch channel, and if you love us, we could be that channel. But you do have to re-up it every 30 days. So if you've subscribed to us before, and it's been more than 30 days, check up, see if it's still active. Otherwise, not otherwise, including those complimentary subscriptions, any money that comes into us from Twitch does go straight back into the feed to make our sound and cameras and lighting and general overlay and everything better. That's how we paid for our art and our some of our microphones and stuff like that. So we do it all to enhance your viewing experience. So supporting us, if you love us, is a great way to make your experience better. Um, a couple other things. Our pre-order store will be closing on December 1st. That means that if you would like a copy of Manifest the RPG, either a digital one or a hardcover, full color hardcover, full sized Manifest the RPG core rulebook, hardback in your hands, in your hands. Your last chance to get one guaranteed is to sign up for one and pre-order one by December 1st. So we are really excited because this is the next step in bringing our content to the masses, and so you can go to Manifest the RPG, and the link there for our hosted pre-orders is, I believe, on the main page. You can also find those links on our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram info. We have literally nothing else on Instagram, so if you've got Instagram, it's the easiest way to find it. And other than that, of course, you can follow us on all of the social media I just listed. And I think that's it. We are here every week on Tuesday nights. Supposedly, we've been off for a couple of weeks for reasons. That, but for the most part, we are here. And we plan to be here until the end of December, where we will be taking a week off because we have holidays too sometimes. Why is it laughing? I don't know.
Well, sorry, Seth. Seth sent a message to us telling us that his computer accidentally shut down. But Seth, you are coming through. I don't know if you can hear me, but you're still there, Seth. We can see you. Okay, I think he can hear me.
All right, wonderful.
Yeah, it was just funny because he sent it. He froze for a second, and then we could see him moving around, and I was like, "What's going on?"
Am I here? Am I
Yeah,
still here?
you
Am I
exist. You're
alive? Oh
real.
my
You're a
God.
real
Thank
boy.
goodness. Woo! Huh.
Sorry, continue, Hattie. If
No,
there's anything
it's
else.
yeah, there's just one other thing. Um COVID has impacted us personally here on the stream. And so we are asking everyone during this third wave in the fall as it kicks into gear to stay home as much as possible, respect those around you by wearing a mask, and generally be cool, bro. If you have questions about coronavirus, you can find it on the CDC's website. You can also go to your state's public health department website, and they'll have more local information for you. And if you live in a metropolitan area, your city, like New York and LA or Chicago, will have even more localized information. Go there if you have any questions. There's so much information out there that is accurate from medical professionals. Please wear your mask, and we can hopefully avoid happening to you what has happened to some of us. And that is all of our announcements. I can stand off of my soapbox now, and we can move forward.
All right. So, before we get into a full-on recap of what has happened thus far, a reminder for all of us after we've been on hiatus for a short period. Before we get into any of that, Addie mentioned the cool art we have. Let's go look at that cool art, guys. Let's check it out. And we're back. All right. So, Kinsey, Pax, and Roland have been in Tobias Station attempting to overthrow the corrupt security chief, Captain Morales. With that goal in mind, they have started a saloon, becoming legitimate citizens of Tobias Station. They've started making allies, some of them, a decent amount of them, members of the criminal syndicate known as the Family. And also within that little subgroup, there's a bunch of different factions in the Family, and they've made a bunch of deals with a bunch of them. But things have started to come to a head. Basically, God, it's just so much to try and break into one small recap. Basically, Captain Morales has started making a move against these three drifters. She rationed the airflow in the lower levels of Tobias Station, which caused a bit of a panic, and these three drifters stepped up to try to get as many people to safety as possible. And then, despite there being announcements from Station Master Eddie Copeland explicitly prohibiting people from messing with the vents, Roland went to go try and fix the vents to try and make the airflow at all possible in the lower levels. This caused Roland to get arrested. While he was arrested, he was given a bit of an ultimatum by Captain Morales. She said she was going to reveal, she had figured out who these three drifters were, the criminal lives they had in the garden, and the fact that Marshal Leonard Yen did fake their deaths. And she threatened Marshal Yen's safety, basically, by saying she would reveal that. That's about the time that Kinsey got arrested, as Kinsey and Pax were sneaking up, on the station, or on the security chief's like kind of brig, jail house, whatever you want to call it. As Kinsey was brought in, things were looking pretty bad. Pax was able to avoid detection, and at that point, the lights went off in Tobias Station. All the power went off in Tobias Station. Someone pulled the plug. So that caused a little bit more panic and gave Roland and Kinsey the opportunity to escape. During this time, while they were in jail, Roland did begin to chip away at the alliance between Captain Morales and Leo Riggs, her right-hand man, because Leo Riggs is illuminated and Captain Morales seems to be in favor of staunch anti-illuminated people in the Fort Dearborn territory, going so far as to send them money. Now, Roland guessed that was what was going on, and luckily it turned out his guess was correct, because he didn't know until Kinsey and him went down to decode the cipher on Captain Morales' datapad to reveal a ledger which showed multiple payments to the Valentine estate, which is an estate run by some people who are really pushing some anti-illuminated rhetoric in Fort Dearborn politics. Now, where we left off was Roland is blind. He drank a tonic and it didn't go well. Kinsey and Roland are together in Umbras with Leo Riggs, having just revealed to him that Captain Morales is in favor of like people who really, really oppose illuminated people. Pax is in the station master's office. She broke into his estate and went to his office, I believe, in order to take control of the kind of PA system in Tobias Station. She was surprised to find that Eddie Copeland was there, scared and armed, pointing a pistol at her. And that's where we ended the session, right as the power was restored to the station and the lights came back on and a very nice Deanna Ricci song played on the jukebox. So let's begin with Roland and Kinsey. So Leo Riggs is sitting there holding the data pad. The lights kick on, the song kicks on, and he seems to kind of snap to, not like out of a daze, but like, you know, deciding to file away some thoughts. And then he nods and goes, "All right. I'm going to be bringing this back to Morales. It's my job after all." Now, he says, kind of like scooting off of the stool and like sliding it back in towards the bar. He goes, "Now, you want my advice? You two and your friend get out of Tobias Station while you still have a chance. You're wanted after all now. Jailbirds. But if you have some half-cocked Hail Mary plan that you plan to use against Morales, when it comes down to that, when you confront her, I'll stand aside. Let you three sort it out with her yourself. That's the only offer I'm willing to give today."
Yeah, I always had a sense that you and I could get along from the first time we met, Leo.
Yeah? I suppose I can understand. It's just one more thing. And he's going to reach over and touch your shoulder, Kinsey. And I need you to roll a discipline check.
All right. Discipline. Interesting. Let's see which dice betray me today.
None of them. Please, none of them.
Well, I've got a high of 3, but I could have a high of 7. So
Okay, well, you're up against an 11.
just no, that's not
If
bad.
it's an 11, a 9, and a 4.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Okay. He touches you, and he wears those circular kind of green tinted glasses, and for a moment you think you might see the color of his irises change slightly. Not like dramatically, just like they're kind of like a darker color and they become a slightly lighter color. It's hard to see behind the glasses exactly how it changes.
Sure.
But then you are filled like rushes of like recent memories, kind of like as if someone is like reaching into your brain and just kind of flicking through the memories and like taking a peek at things and just like observing and trying to like find something. You get like flashes of working at the bar. You get the death tree. You get a few more flashes of things. You get like you and Umbra like hanging out, like you brushing him in the stables. Flashes a few more times, and you get Pax talking to you about what she saw when she broke into Captain Morales's office, and a few more flashes, and then this kind of hot heat where his hand is on your shoulder cuts off, and he lets go, and his eyes kind of like dim just slightly.
See anything you like?
Well, it's interesting to be sure. Honestly, I thought you lot had a lot more, I thought you were aware of a lot more of what was going on around here. Roland, you're smooth.
Yes, I am.
If you want anything else from me, there's one thing I was hoping you already knew, but instead you just kind of heard about. That map Pax found in the office. Well, there's something hidden in Tobias Station. Something we've been trying to find for a while now. Something, Ephraim left behind. So, Pax has seen the map. She's seen where we looked. I was hoping the three of you were working that angle. That was why you were here. Wasn't actually thinking the whole social justice, triumph of good thing was legitimate. It's cute. It's naive, but admirable.
Hey, you call it naive. I say look how far we've come, so...
Yeah. Well, you have my word. I'll stand to the side when you move on Morales. You want anything else, you find out what Ephraim stashed in Tobias Station.
Works for me.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta go return this data pad.
Safe travels.
If you're smart, I won't ever see you again. But he kind of grins at Kinsey. He goes, "You ain't that smart." And he walks out.
think that went about as well as it could be reasonably hoped to have gone.
Well, you're alive and I'm alive. I call that a win.
The bar is quite low here lately, isn't it?
You finally notice.
Such high stakes for just being alive at the end of the day being a win.
It's hard to call anything else a win with any amount of confidence. So at least we have that.
Well, if you could lead me to a booth not near your carnivorous tree, I think I'm gonna have a sit down for a couple of minutes while I remain blind.
Something to drink.
Yes.
And Kinji'll fix him a nice.
Nothing with
beverage.
the tree broth.
Fine, fine.
He sets that bottle down.
I'll know from the smell and the texture.
Fantastic. Meanwhile, Pax, you are in the station master's quarters, office. It doesn't look like this is where he sleeps, but it is where he is. And you actually do see, it looks more like an office. It's got like a desk, and it does have a next to the desk kind of what you were thinking about coming here for, which was the PA system seems to be kind of wired up right there. A little bit to the left of that, you see Eddie Copeland. He's sitting there, gun in hand, kind of shaking slightly as the lights slowly dim back on. You're one of them drifters, aren't you? Are you here to kill me?
Not particularly.
His face changes slightly. It's still completely gripped in fear, but there's a glimmer of hope as he says, "And please," and he sets down the gun, "you have to help me."
Okay. How?
He like stands up and like seems to listen for a second to see if anyone's coming, and then goes, "This thing, get it off me, get it off me." And he comes over and he's wearing like he reveals, like he unbuttons his shirt and he's wearing like a chained kind of it's like a triptych necklace around his neck. It's pretty nice in design. The chain is not like excessively thick, but it's all made out of like kind of nice material. The pendant on the end of it is a pretty like hefty size, but nothing like, you know, it's not like pulling on his neck or anything. But you do notice on the back of it, it is like locked onto his neck.
Okay. Did you put it on and you didn't mean to, or what?
No, when I say it's locked, I mean like it is a lock. Like it's not a padlock, but you can identify it is a keyed lock.
Sure. Okay, so here's the thing. I can definitely get that off of you.
Do it.
But I guess why would I?
You're after Morales, right? I heard you've been causing all the stir. I mean, she had me show up for that town meeting up on the upper crust, and gave me a script, said I needed to kind of get them up in a fervor to come after you. She's making moves against you. You're the drifters, right? The ones that are down in the lower levels. What's the name of the damn bar? Yes. Right.
Okay. All right.
You help me out. You're putting a thorn right up in her paw.
Okay.
Please get it off.
Turn around.
Yeah, he
around.
does. He presents the back of his neck to you.
Yeah, okay. I'll take this off his neck.
Okay, you can roll skullduggery at a -6. It's a
Okay.
very nice lock.
Okay, cool. So I also have all of the things to open the. Is it doorman or is it? I don't know. It doesn't
So
matter.
I forget exactly what doorman gives you.
I also.
That's an extra reliability, and then safecracker lets you ignore natural 20s.
That's it. Okay.
So misfiring is not an option here.
Oh, that sounded really good. Okay. So, and then my, well, can I use my lockpick on this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Your
auto
auto picker definitely works here. It is a mechanical lock that you were interacting with.
Okay. At a +2 -6, so -4. I have 4 hits.
Okay. Yeah. You pull out your auto picker. It doesn't actually take you that much time. And you kind of click it a couple times and then like change the configuration and click it a few more times and it pops off and it's like a weight comes off this guy's shoulder as he stands up and pulls away from you. And you watch as the necklace comes off of his neck, his face begin to deconstruct as the digi-disguise he has been forced to wear dissipates and you no longer see the face of Eddie Copeland. You see a man with a kind of a buzz cut hair and like a thin like mustache, slightly paler and paler and like veinier skin. Like his like skin is like less. He's got like some like a little bit of like acne. His eyes are just kind of like a darker, less vibrant color. And his eyebrows are really bushy as he kind of pulls back. And looks at you and goes, thank you so much. Oh, and he like goes over and like grabs a reflective like a pan, like he like pushes some glasses off of a pan and looks at himself in the mirror. He goes, I look like hell. And he sets it down and he goes, howdy, Carver Barkley, at your service.
Carver. Is oh man.
Is Copeland dead?
Yeah. Or real, I guess.
As far as I know, he was real. But I don't know for how long he's been missing. Dead. I assume he's dead at this point. Look, I ain't no one special. I'm a failed actor from San Cordero, was up here in Tobias Station, got hell of a debt to some pretty bad folk, tried to make a run for it, and Morales scooped me up, and it was either hanged or, well, step in and make a few public appearances as Eddie Copeland. And, well, after a while, after being locked up in this estate for a while, I'm starting to think I'm not the first. I think he may have been gone for a while. And I think I might be on the chopping block. I think she might be looking for replacements.
Pax has like an almost smile on her face. And is like, I'm so sorry about what you've gone through. So we're do you have like, I suppose, so you don't have like a way out, right?
You think if I had a way out? No, I got nothing. I've been locked up here for almost a year now.
Okay.
She, I mean, at first it was nice, I mean, drink, pleasant company, safety from my debts. I thought it was a good gig.
Mm-hmm.
But, eventually that stuff, it don't matter so much. And if these walls is all you see and you go out, you do the song and dance when she says so, I realized I started seeing signs of maybe someone else used to live here before. Someone that weren't Copeland,
Mm-hmm.
Some messed up stuff. I saw talon marks hidden behind the mirror. You gotta get me out of here. Please. I'll do whatever you want. You take me to Fort Dearborn and I'll testify. It occurs to you briefly, as he says that while Tobias Station doesn't have a sheriff, right? It doesn't have like a doofily elected like law enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
The station master is elected. The station master is an actual Fort Dearborn public official.
Uh-huh.
Like an elected, he is the tether between, he's basically mayor. It's just station master is just a fun word for mayor for Tobias Station. He is recognized by the law of the territory as like the person in charge here, and has like those responsibilities and everything. Whereas the security chief is nothing. The security chief is just appointed by the station master, as opposed to how settlements oftentimes do it, where the sheriff is elected under the light of the law. Instead, all of it falls on the station master because he just appoints a security chief.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, great. Yes, we'll get you out of here for sure. Is there like vents here, or some other like, is there paneling in the ceiling, or
Yeah, I there's probably like some paneling in the ceiling. It's maybe sealed, but like the construction of the station you're somewhat familiar with, especially because Harry has bypassed some of it before, right?
Yeah.
You understand that kind of sealed metal paneling has space between it and like other things.
Okay. Is there, Carver? Is there
He almost like comes to tears when you say his actual name.
is there a window anywhere?
There's a couple that overlook the hallway. Nothing exterior. Nothing that sees the Badlands.
Okay. Okay. Great.
There's a knock on the door. Everything all right in there? Carver like freezes, and then he goes, yeah, everything's fine. Is the power? He looks to you as you like look at him weird. He's like, and he stops mid sentence, like, is the power? Is it good? Everything fine?
Okay.
Mind unlocking the door there, sir? He says, looking at you, Pax. You nodded him?
I do. I nodded him.
Yeah, ain't no problem at all, he says, kind of walking towards the door.
And I sort of scooch him behind the door, and I go to open, like, and then I'll like go and, well, I have my knives out, obviously. And I'll just open the door and like immediately, like if they're close enough to knock on the door, I am gonna like grab that person to use them as a shield if they have a partner.
Okay.
or like pull them in.
Okay, so you creep up towards the door, and you kind of push Carver Barkley off to the side. Meanwhile, in Umbras, Roland and Kinsey, you're sitting there. Kinsey, you've made a drink for Roland. Roland, you're starting to see a little bit of light. Right, it's no longer complete darkness. And it starts coming back. You have it takes a handful of minutes, maybe like, 10, 15 minutes before your vision is completely back. But you got some time during that where the two of you are just kind of sitting in this booth in your closed bar.
Kenzie, can you go and grab the map that Leo was talking about?
What are you gonna do with it?
You're gonna tell me about it, and we're gonna figure it out.
Right, I can see. Sorry. I'll bring the map back.
No, I thought I'd take it and I would just throw it very hard at something.
Yeah, Roland, did you made a copy of the datapad, right?
Yeah, I specifically made a copy of the map that I think PAX has, but we still have the original here.
Yeah.
No, we don't, because Leo took it. But I did make a copy. I don't know if PAX still has it.
I don't have the original map. I didn't take it. I memerized it.
Right. But there was kind of a digital version of it as well. Basically, there was a digital version of a map of Tobias Station that PAX marked off by memory what had and hadn't been marked off.
Yeah, I don't remember if the thing I made that was the handheld map you could hold, if PAX currently has it.
Yeah, that's the only thing. If you currently have that, then Roland actually doesn't.
I do have that. Yeah, I do. Bummer.
Okay. Did you find it?
Is this it?
Think about what you have asked.
Sorry. No, I don't think this is it, and I don't see anything else like it.
Okay. Well then. What do you think a militiaman from Fort Dearborn would hide in Tobias Station that was big enough to get him killed by the corrupt security chief?
Probably some kind of evidence against the family, if I had to assume.
Ooh, that's good. That's maybe something.
Right. I mean, she works for the family, and
she works with the family.
Right, right. But the family essentially...
It's a very subtle distinction, but it is a distinction nonetheless.
Fair enough. It would probably have something to do with the...
Yeah, but here's the thing. Why would Leo care about it if it was evidence against the family? Right? He doesn't strike me as a man on a warpath to... Oh, I'm starting to see spots. He doesn't strike me as a man on a warpath to bring down the family, right? So it's got to be something of some kind of physical value, maybe?
Perhaps. Is it... Why would Ephraim have it and know about it, and not?
There's no way. You don't think it's the other map gun, right?
No, there's no way. There's no way. That would wrap up too cleanly. Right.
That would be insane. Though, I guess, to be fair, we had no context for where the second one might be or had been. So,
Okay, so but trying to find something that is gun-sized in Tobias Station. I mean, that's just impossible.
well, I mean, the map had places marked on it. Can I recall from my time spent looking at it, like, if any of those places had anything in common? Like, were they all places in events, or were they like all next to like businesses or things like that, basically?
The places that Morales has already checked.
Or that she had marked, or that she had already checked. Like, just basically if there was like any sort of like guiding principle to what she had decided was worth looking into.
Sure. Yeah, she started with so some of it doesn't like there's not like a through thread of like this is for sure. But she did seem to be checking within the walls of certain parts of the station. And like localized areas too. Like this whole neighborhood and then like this whole neighborhood, like that kind of thing.
Okay.
And you do notice that you do recall noting that there was a lot of stuff around the like what you understand to be like the Bahara territory in Tobias Station, like the like hangars that belong to the Bahara family and businesses that pay to the Bahara and stuff like that. Like, or sorry, I say Bahara, I mean Kanoom.
I was gonna ask.
Yeah. No, I mean the Kanoom family, but like the Kanoom family's like area in Tobias Station, like that seems to like that's like the most thorough. Like she checked a lot of stuff around the Kanoom area.
Okay. Huh.
Is it something that Ephraim would have told Salem Bahara about?
I don't know. I sort of suspect that their relationship relied on them talking business as little as humanly possible.
Fair enough, yeah.
You know, the weather, sports, small talk. But I mean, if I'm Ephraim, people know that I'm involved with Bahara. If I'm gonna hide something, that's the first place you look, right?
Makes sense to me.
So you hide it somewhere else, then.
Who else was Ephraim close with?
I'm gonna be honest, Kinsey. The more we talk about this, the less productive it seems.
There's not a knock on the door because the door is locked, but you do hear sounds on the other side of the door to Umbra's.
Now I'm only half blind now, but I can hear someone outside the door.
Yeah, your vision is basically like 95% at this point, Roland.
Okay.
Like
Does
things like in like the middle distance and beyond are like a little fuzzy, but that's it.
Okay. Does it sound like an angry mob coming to kick down our door and lynch us, or does it sound like a protest organizing? Does it sound like a breakdance battle? Give me some clues here.
It doesn't sound like any of those things. It doesn't sound like a crowd. You don't hear people. What you do hear is like metal scraping on metal, like clinking. You hear a spark or two.
Shit, Marshall Yen went to go get a bunch of materials. We should...
I guess not. Last Kinsey heard of Marshall Yen, he was watching the kids up in the
That's right, because he did find us. No,
yeah.
I don't think it's Marshall Yen. He found us up at the inn.
Okay, regardless of who or what it is, those sounds we can agree are troubling, yes?
Probably not great, right?
Okay, so you stand in front and we'll go check it out.
What
Kinsey,
happens when I open the door?
as you go to like grab your rifle and get in position,
Yeah.
and like you step out from the booth, Roland, maybe you're still sitting in the booth, maybe you're moving, I'm not sure, but Kinsey, you're just standing by the booth, like getting up from your seated position. The door opens up, and you've been very clear about when you do and don't arm your trap. And I have to imagine after a tense meeting with Leo Riggs, I think you probably armed your trap, right?
If I didn't think of it, Roland probably did, yes.
Oh, certainly not. I don't really think that trap's gonna do anything.
Yeah, Kinsey, like Roland couldn't have locked the door behind Leo, right? So it's
That's fair. Yeah.
it's you. Did you or did you not arm the trap?
Character-wise, I think he would have.
Okay. That's what I thought too, but I wanted to give you the chance to say no.
I appreciate that.
Door opens up. And in walks... Yeah, no, he's first through the door, isn't he? In walks Marv. The door opens up. Marv steps in, steps on that welcome mat, which loop wraps around his ankle, flips him up upside down, and Bender and Earl and Lena all rush in after him as he gets pulled up upside down, and he yells, "What the hell?" And yeah, you see the four of them like kind of like steady him and turn to see you standing there, and Marv from upside down, Marv goes, "Well, hell, I heard you was on the run from the law, so figured this would be easy pickings." Well, this is awkward.
I'll say.
And as like they kind of steady him, and like Earl goes to try and like cut him down because Earl's like the big guy, he's reaching up nearby the rope and trying to like cut it. Bender pulls out in front of them and looks at you, Kinsey, with your like your hand on your rifle. He goes, "Go ahead, take your hand off that firearm, sir."
Why not?
Oh, hell. He turns to Marv and he goes, "This is going to be easier than I thought." He's going to brush back his pistol, or brush back his jacket from one of his pistols, and he's going to challenge you, Kinsey.
Fine, he can do that if he wants. I'm gonna accept the challenge.
Well, so first off, we roll. You don't have playing the player, so you roll discipline to resist the challenge.
Sure, I guess I'm not going to concede immediately, is what I mean.
Well, maybe you'll just win the challenge, and then he'll have to decide whether or not he concedes.
Yeah. As expected, that's no hits.
Aha. So I got 2 successes over no successes. So that all that means is if you move into quick draw, he will get a +1 against you.
Okay.
Additionally, it does mean that you get the chance to concede if you want. Otherwise, like you said, if you don't want to concede, then we move on and roll dice at each other and see what happens.
All right.
So yeah, if you're not conceding, then we move directly into showdown. You can roll a defense test, a normal ranged attack, or a quick draw. If you're using anything other than a light weapon, like a light firearm or something like that, you're going to be at negatives. But if you're not, then yeah. So you can either try and dive for cover, or you can try and actually quick draw this guy, or just try to get a shot off. The quick draw the quick draw damage is way higher than normal damage if you just roll ranged, but you can still survive a quick draw just by being a good shot.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not going to concede, so.
What's your highest?
Highest is a 9.
Take a grit. I'm gonna make my own luck.
All right.
So I did roll exceptionally bad. So presumably, me making my own luck will make up for that because I rolled a 1 and an 8 as my only successes. So let's see if I can do better than a 9. I rolled a 19.
Wrong number.
All right, so I've spent my grit on this test, but you can spend grit too.
I'd like to punch it for sure.
Yeah, you beat me. I only rolled a 1 and an 8. I have some reliability, and I have more than 2 dice, and yet everything came up 18 or higher.
That's no good.
Twist the knife.
Look, like, to be honest, he's not the best quick draw in the world, but he's not bad at it. It served him, you know what? It served him really well in the lower levels of Tobias Station.
No, listen, he's playing at the top of his league.
Yeah, Dan is right. I do mean twist the knife. Can I do it twice?
Yeah, if you have grit. I'm pretty
I
sure.
certainly-
It's
I'd like
it should be marked on your character sheet whether or not it can or can't. I think it can.
Yeah, twist the knife is one of the ones you can do multiple times.
Yep.
Oh, that's what the stars mean on my sheet. I've never noticed that before.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
handy.
It's very handy. Well, my eraser isn't great, but
I just took a glance at the stream chat and, and Argatlom is cheering you on, Kinsey.
I love Argadlom. Thank you.
Shouting, "Erase this man! Erase him from the timeline!"
Yeah. So I'm gonna punch it 2 times.
But punch it or
Sorry, twist the knife. I keep
Okay.
saying that. Yes, twist
Yeah.
the knife. Stick him with the knife, and I twist it, and I twist it again.
Okay. You're using your light firearm, right?
Yes, I am.
All right. So you rolled. Did you roll quick draw or just ranged?
Oh, you know what? I just rolled quick draw.
Okay. Okay. So
Good.
that's hey, this is all good for you.
Yeah.
So okay. So the damage in quick draw is different than normal damage in like a normal ranged attack. So instead of the damage being number of hits times your power, it's number of hits times the sum of your power and your accuracy.
Oh, nice.
And unlike a normal attack, which is limited by your accuracy, this one has no limit. So if you wanted to go just insane and twist the knife like 7 times, which you can't do technically, but but if you twist the knife to the end of time, there's no limit to how many successes you can count.
All right. So that's 8, 24. I could feasibly do 32 damage if I needed to.
All right, let me be a kind and benevolent GM for a second.
You don't have to. I mean, I could just do it.
Speaking from experience, 24 damage does it on a lot of people.
Right.
Not people who have full stat blocks, though.
Well, people who live in the lower levels.
So are you sticking with 24?
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
sticking with 24. So Bender turns to Marv as Marv is getting cut down from the trap and like slumping down to the ground and trying to untie his ankles. Bender just turns back and goes, this is going to be easier than I thought. As you take your hand off of your rifle and have both of your hands up, and he brushes back his jacket. And as he goes to grab his gun, your hand darts down and he draws and you draw. And just in a like a quick shot from your burst fire pistol, just triple tap like in a straight line up his chest, right through his sternum. And he gasps for air. He's got his gun out, but he can't pull the trigger as he's like, his eyes kind of fade to black and he like drops his gun and then stumbles down and like tries to gasp for air again. And Earl goes, Bender! And starts running forward and like rips his like mace, his big mace off of his back and rushes at you. And we'll roll initiative now.
Fair enough.
But Bender is dead. Very, very dead. Meanwhile, Pax, you push Carver Barkley off to the side, and then he's like eyes wide watching you, but letting you do whatever the hell you want. You open the door, slide it open, and sure enough, there are 3 guards there. And you grab the one. I'm not gonna, you can roll. Go ahead and roll to see how good of a grapple you get on that guy. But you will, unless you roll no successes at all, you will grapple him. He is not prepared for this. As you like yank him towards you and pull back, and the others draw their guns. So you get a free grapple on one of the guys, and then we will roll initiative for you as well. And actually, while we figure out initiative, this seems like an excellent time to take a break. We'll take a break here. It'll be about we'll say a 10-minute break. So I got 9:07 on the clock, so we'll be around 9:17, 9:20 maybe, give or take. We'll be back soon. We will have everyone's initiative at least rolled, if not calculated, and we'll see you all as the fight breaks out. And we're back. All right. So, for those of you just joining us after the break, initiative has been rolled. Kinsey and Roland are in the lower levels of Tobias Station, fighting against some scavenger outlaws that they have pissed off in the past. Pax is in the main body of Tobias Station, trying to break out the person who has been impersonating Station Master Eddie Copeland for at least a year now. So during the break, we did roll initiative. What did everyone get on initiative? Roland, let's start with you.
I have a 10.
Dear Lord.
At some point in the past, it became clear I needed to be able to dive into cover before anyone else did anything.
Was it when that bird got you, or?
Yeah, it was the fucking bird.
Kinsey, what did you get?
Kinsey's got a 6.
Okay, what is your awareness stat?
Oh, wonderful. Awareness is at. Wait, what? There. I'm sorry. It's at 6.
Okay, and Pax, what did you get?
8.
Ooh, what is your awareness stat?
I don't know, like 3. No, actually, it is 6. It's actually much better than where it started.
It's your observe that's not very good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Roland, you're up first.
Debating whether or not to give me some grit.
No. I was switching us over to the initiative template.
Okay.
Oh, I literally thought it was a dramatic pause. So
It was both. Things can
Okay.
be two things.
I have a very important question that's going to set the tone for my whole turn.
Okay, hold on. I think I know what this question is. I'm bringing us out of the initiative for a second.
What song is currently playing on the jukebox?
Yeah. Okay. So, the Deanna Ricci song came to a conclusion a little while ago. It's been about 10, 15 minutes, and it's been looping through a couple things. But right about the time that Kinsey pulled the trigger, the cassette or the cartridge disengaged and moved over, and then another cartridge went in. And because Roland had given Kinsey the okay to put Bobby Klein on the general rotation, a Bobby Klein song starts playing right after Kinsey shoots Bender, and Earl freaks out and starts rushing forward. The music starts playing. Take me down to the Freedom City where the grass is green and the girls all pretty. Oh, won't you please take me home? Take me down to the Freedom City where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. Take me home.
Great. It's not my turn. It's Kinsey's turn.
amazing.
As I use my leadership talent. This is a Kinsey song. You gotta give it to him.
All right, Kinsey. Roland gives you a nod, a dramatic nod as Bobby Klein kicks on the station and Earl charges at you.
I think Kinsey he does that dramatic pause after he shoots Bender, and as soon as Earl starts running for him, he holsters the pistol and takes up the rifle that he just dropped, and he's gonna shoot that this time.
Okay. Ooh, Earl.
Got a high of 16.
Okay. Well, I do have a high of 11.
All right. Well, that is one net hit.
I rolled 2 11s and a 10. I felt pretty good for Earl there for a second.
You know what? I'm going to twist the knife again because I've got the grit.
Oh my god. All right. All right.
So that is, what have we got? 12 damage with 2 piercing.
All right. Yeah. So Bender drops to the ground. Bobby Klein kicks on, and you holster your gun, turn to Roland. Roland gives you a nod. You grab your rifle, spin around, and Earl's charging at you. You let out a shot, and it blows into Earl's shoulder, like chipping away at his armor. This dude is tough, though, and he doesn't really slow down as he continues charging towards you. Oh, go ahead.
No, never mind.
Okay. Over Earl's shoulder, Lena is going to raise up what looks like a crossbow, and like pull it back, and like a little like clip is gonna like pop out the top, and then she's gonna pull the trigger, and it's gonna shoot out 3 bolts, and she's going to shoot at Kinsey and Roland together.
Okay.
Does this booth provide me with any cover?
You never stood up, so you can have light cover. All right, you're up against a 10.
Yeah, I'd like to not die immediately. I will spend some grit to play to the gallery to count this 12. Oh wait, no, I can count this 12. I have cover.
You have cover.
I have
Kinsey,
12.
how many hits over a 10? I'm sorry, how many 10s, I suppose I'm asking.
Just the one. If you have a 10, I only have 1 net success over you.
Good, excellent, because that's what I've got.
Okay. So here's the thing. Before you spend any grit, I have to spend my grit. And knowing that you have a 10, I will twist the knife.
Yeah.
So you get a grit. And now I have more than 1 success over yours. So you could spend grit if you wanted to try and counter me. Otherwise, you just take the hit.
I'll take the hit.
Okay, it is 6 damage with 4 piercing.
All right.
Yeah, Roland, you see her like level the crossbow, and you duck down, and it flies over your head and like hits the booth over your shoulder, piercing into the nice booth that you made a while back. You recall how bad this place looked when it got shot up. And the other bolt, we'll say both of them hit Kinsey, like in his shoulder. Kind of one is a glance, and then the other one like hits in nice and clean. All right. Meanwhile, Pax, before we went to break, I asked you to roll a grapple on the security guard that you ambushed when you opened the door.
Mm-hmm.
What did you roll?
I got 5 hits with a 13 high.
Well, it's
I
unopposed.
know you said that it was yeah, okay.
So you got 5 successes. That dude is completely at your mercy.
Great.
So he is going to try and break free.
Out of my 5 hits?
Yeah,
So-
it's not going to go well for him, but he's going to try.
Okay, yeah.
Because that's what he can do this turn. So you roll. This is opposed unarmed
Okay.
as he tries.
Am I at any positives?
Yeah, you're at a +5 and he's
Okay,
at a
that's what I
-5.
Yeah, okay. 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 I have a 16 high.
Okay. Well, he doesn't beat that by pretty much any any margin whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he struggles against you uselessly, and then the other two are going to draw their weapons. And I guess, yeah, they're not going to shoot at you. They're going to start shouting. They're going to start shouting, let him go! Let him go! You're outnumbered! There ain't no way out!
Can I respond or do I have to wait for my turn?
You can respond.
Okay, great. Here's the thing, gents. I got in. There's definitely a way out. And I have the station master. So, if you want everybody to come out alive, don't shoot.
Okay. Because you are going next, this is what will occur. So basically, you say that in response to them. You have this standoff with them for a second, and the one guy's struggling, and then peeking over your shoulder.
Fuck him, he's so bad. I fucking hate this guy so much.
Carver Barkley makes eye contact with the guards, and they see him without his digi-disguise. And they go, "She knows!" And they cock their guns, and then the guy who you're holding is like, no, and they're getting ready to shoot you, but they gave up their turn to not shoot you.
God damn.
It is your turn.
Okay, great. It so happens that I have a pair of handcuffs. Is there any way that I can use them on this person?
Yeah.
But not take up my whole turn?
I will let you roll skullduggery to see if you can make it a quick action.
Okay.
This is going to be opposed, and you're going to be at like a -2. You have him grappled, so ultimately your grapple for your purposes is only a +3.
Okay. Okay. I have reliability. Do I have to choose whether or not to twist the knife? Or not twist the knife.
Well,
do I choose grit first or second?
You are the aggressor, so you would have to spend grit first, but you still get to hear what I got. And what I got was a goose egg. The -5 is too... You have him grappled too well for him to roll a success, it seems.
Okay, cool. I think that regardless, I'm going to play to the gallery to count these 17s. And I have... and then they both explode.
This guy's going to be really handcuffed.
Yeah, so that's 6 hits.
It was a free action. You used a free action.
Yay!
Handcuffed to his feet.
Yeah. You already had the handcuffs ready as before, as you were saying, I have the station master and everything, you were pulling out the handcuffs and they didn't see it coming. And then you see them see Carver and you just really quickly just slap on those handcuffs and kick the guy away. Yeah, he's fully handcuffed and it only took you a free action to do that. So what else do you want to do?
Cool. With that grapple, can I release it and release him into the room? With that, as part of that handcuffing, just sort of spin him into the room where I am?
Or... Oh, put him behind you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just like kick his butt and have him fall on the floor or something. I don't know.
He falls
Whatever.
prone. You got 6 successes. He's prone.
Okay, very cool. Then I'm gonna. These guys don't unfortunately get to live, so I am going to attack them one at a time, I guess.
All right.
With my knife. Okay.
Ooh. I mean, not that multiple successes matters. I rolled a 13.
I did get a 14.
Okay.
Great. Well, this is what grid is for, really. Once you hold 12 for this situation in particular. So I've spent 2, so I'm gonna spend. Gosh, twist the knife is 3 though.
Twist the knife is 2.
Twist the knife is 2. Nice. I'm gonna twist the knife, and I'm gonna have 3 net hits. Wait, because I have 2 14s. And my knives, in addition to being silent, have. Oh man, I wish I was using my bow, but I left it behind. That's stinky. Yeah, so that's rough. That's rough. Yeah, so that's only. I'm gonna twist the knife a second time.
Oh.
Because they have tactical armor of some kind, which will be more than no armor.
All right. How much damage is that then?
It's only 12. But it does, yeah. And it doesn't have any piercing because these are stick knives. They're sticks with knives attached.
Well, you do bust that guy's armor.
Yeah.
You kick that dude behind you, you spin around, and you just like slide your like knife up, and it like cuts a bunch of the straps, and that dude's armor like flails open. And that's a quick action. What's your other quick action?
Yeah. I will. Do I attack both of them? I do, because I want them to stay engaged. Yeah, I will attack the other one with my other knife.
Okay.
Ugh, gross. Ugh. Reliability.
You're up against an 11.
Okay. All right. Well, frick. I have 2 net hits with a 13 and a 12. So I'm not going to spend any grit.
How much damage is that?
6.
Okay.
Which does so.
Yeah, so you get the one guy's armor really good, and you spin around and just like take a gash into the other guy's armor as he steps back, and they get ready to unload.
Cool. Can I say a thing?
Yeah.
That's just a taster, gentlemen. Do you really want to keep going? Then that's it.
Okay. You
I don't
hear
expect them to stop.
as they're shouting, you hear noise throughout the estate.
What?
There were you recall counting at least 8 guards.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not. Okay, well, 8 is fine.
Oh,
8
8
is enough, some would say.
I killed everyone in Split Boot Canyon. I don't know if you remember. I took out 2 helicopters. So
All right, Kinsey.
that'd be fine.
Cut back to Umbra's. Earl is sprinting at you. He like pulls his like club out off of his back, spins it around over his head, and swings at you. All right, Earl, you're gonna have to do a little bit better than that.
Maybe.
What'd you get, Kinsey?
I mean, it's a high of 9.
You got a 9?
Yeah.
You put me exactly in the same position where I have to decide if I want to spend grit to beat a 9. Instead, I will say he misses, and then I'm going to spend grit, and you and Roland can have a grit as I double down so he can take another swing.
I shouldn't have given you so much grit.
You guys gave me a lot of grit.
No, this is good. I never get grit. It's so important for me to be present in fights where people are doubling down. This is the only way I get grit.
Okay, so my previous roll is the same, but I forgot that I am wounded, so that is a -1 to everything, right?
How'd you get wounded?
He got shot. You
got-
Oh,
shot
yeah,
him.
you did get shot a little bit, didn't
Yes.
You
Even
bastard, you shot
with
him.
my just a flesh wound, you managed to shoot me well enough.
you? Yeah. So that puts you at a -1.
Right.
And then now that you've been attacked, you're at an additional -1.
That's what I thought. Okay. Perfect. Okay, right. What have you got?
Right now I have a 7.
That's fine, because I've got an 11.
Oh,
Actually, wait. Doesn't matter. I've got an 11.
take another grit, Kinsey. As I'm going to play to the gallery so I can count this 13.
Play the gallery, 13.
And get an 11 off of that 13.
Sure.
You do negate my 1 and my 4. But I get 2 net successes over you.
Okay. Perfect.
Which, if I'm looking at the right stats, that'll do 10 damage with 1 armor piercing.
I will take an injury.
Okay. So roll a d20 and see what injury comes up.
Right. To 17.
Okay. Which injury is that?
Oh, you want to know?
You have the sheet.
It's my first one, so it's a class 1, correct?
It's the damage determines the class, which it is a class 1 because
Great.
it's 10 damage, but you have some toughness, which definitely puts it in class 1 territory.
I've 1 toughness, which is just all I need. So that is a setback. And I reduce my initiative score by 2.
Aw, Kinsey.
I know.
So Earl rushes at you, and you got your gun ready. You were expecting him to be slowed down at all. You've shot like Warrakin and Gumbaroo and like even an errant Hodag once with this gun, and it did slow them down. But Earl just keeps rushing right at you, not like losing any speed at all, and you're not ready for it. So he swings up his hammer, and you like leap back and you slam your like side into the like table, like kind of like knocking over the glasses as you pull back away. And he swings wildly and swings wildly, and you just like realize this dude's like you're tall. This dude's a whole like head and a half taller than you, and definitely way wider and heavier set than you. And it turns out there's definitely muscle within all of his like kind of like chubby frame.
Great.
So that's Earl's turn. Now, because Kinsey lost initiative, Marv gets to go. Marv is going to spend his turn extricating himself from the trap.
Makes sense.
Also, we might as well point it out right now. I know it got pointed out in the chat quite a while ago. A trap was utilized successful.
Yes,
So
good.
that's-
I marked it off. That's perfect.
That's XP for everybody, and Kinsey is partway to getting himself some grit. And now Kinsey, it is your turn.
Is it XP? Because what was the other one that I triggered?
No. It's XP. Just you got the trigger, so that gets you
okay,
XP.
sorry.
Grit
Sure.
is the thing. You need to get 2 to get grit.
Understood.
You are up though, Kinsey,
Right.
with your bad initiative.
Yes, that was me playing through it. I'm gonna shoot him. I think that would be best.
Cool.
So I feel like he like threw his hammer at me a couple of times, and I kind of like dropped the rifle, and now I'm going for the pistol instead, since it's closer range.
Sure.
No.
Oh, Earl. He rolled a 6 this time.
Wonderful. Yeah. Yeah. That's all. That's all I need. So that is 3 hits altogether. Well, 3 hits altogether.
Oh no, Earl.
With the pistol. Yes, I don't know about Earl. So that is 15 damage with 2 piercing.
All right, well, he's still alive, but you hit him that time and he does slow down a bit.
Fine.
Yeah, he swung twice at you. You stumble back, bump into the table. You kind of pull your rifle off to the side and pull out your pistol, take a shot at him, like a burst fire shot, which, you know, like all like kind of spreads out. A couple like fly around him, but the one does land right on him. And it hits him like pretty hard in the chest, and he like kind of like stumbles off to the side and like almost like loses his footing for a second as he continues to push against you. So shooting the pistol is a quick action.
Yep.
Do you have another quick action? If you have a light melee, or if you want to just throw a swing, you can. Or if you want to like try and like get better cover, like dive behind the bar or something, like that's super like an option as well.
There's still one more person who can shoot at me, right?
Marv and Lena are still totally fine.
Yeah, I'll take that quick action. So take a shot at Marv. He's finally slowed down enough that I can get to the entrance of the bar, and I'll like slide underneath so that I at least have like something in between Marv and me.
Okay, cool. It's Earl who's on you. Marv is on the ground, but
Sorry.
But yeah, so you're able to get behind the bar with a quick action, and that's going to actually give you moderate cover. So from here on out, your defense tests are at a +2. And any attacks, your defense tests against people who are on the opposite side of your cover is at a +2. Should Earl dive behind the bar with you, then... All right, cool. Roland, it's your turn.
Great.
You watch as Kinsey gets like swung at a little bit and then dives behind the bar. You're a little exposed now as the battle has moved deeper into the saloon.
Great. I'm going to get up from this booth, going to head towards the back, where I mean, I don't just carry my gun on me anymore. That's ridiculous. I'm a business owner in a town. That's insane. I'm going to head towards the back, and as I head that way, I'm going to call over my shoulder. Here is your chance, Marvin. The 3 of you can take your dead friend and leave. If you do not take your dead friend and leave, I will make sure the rest of your life is even worse than it has already been.
Okay. I think that's laying the groundwork for a potential test, but I don't think Marvin is currently listening fully.
Okay. Yeah, and then I go back into the, back of the bar. Like, close the door, because, like, cover, I'm not an idiot. And I'll find my gun.
Yeah, you rush back there. You give your like little speech to Marvin.
Even if this takes me like more of an action, I do not rush.
All right, then you're in the door frame. You don't have cover because you had to get out from the booth and then go there. So if you're trying not to rush, you've made it to the door.
I mean, I will happily spend all of my actions to have not rushed and still be able to get into cover.
Yeah. We'll say you have light cover then, but you're in the door,
Yeah,
right?
that's fine.
You haven't like if you got in and shut the door behind you, you'd be like no cover at all. But like you are standing in the door frame, like shoulder covered by the door as you like finish your speech to Marvin. Who's like just finished cutting the rope, and he goes, "Fuck you!"
Wrong answer, Marvin. Try again.
Lena is going to take another shot with her repeater, and it's going to go at both Roland and Kinsey.
Perfect.
Currently, my high is a 7.
I've got a 9.
Kinsey? What you got there, McCharlotte?
I've got an 11.
Yeah, okay, then I'm definitely spending grit. Both of you can take a grit. As I twist the knife to be able to count this 12 that I would have been able to count if Roland wasn't in cover. And that unfortunately only gives me 1 net success over you. So that's 3 damage, all of which is armor piercing.
Okay.
Yeah, so Lena just kind of like steps off to the side to kind of put some space between her and Marv. She hasn't like fully taken cover or anything, but she's standing nearby the line of booths. And she aims calmly with a rifle. You see she's like very deliberate with all of her movements. And then she goes, that clip kind of goes like as she fires off 3 shots. Both of them basically, like both of you get grazed by them a little bit. Like Kinsey, one like slips right by your throat and cuts like your neck a little bit, and Roland, the other one, like hits you right like below the rib cage on the abdomen, like flying into the back. You hear one of Kinsey's spice bottles shatter.
Can I respond to this out of turn?
Sure.
Yeah, I give my very generous offer, and I think I've been like fairly jovial up until this point because like we're winning. They don't know it. We're winning. And as like the arrow whizzes by and catches me in the side, I turn around and I look Lena dead in the eye. None of you are leaving this bar alive.
You don't have the talent if looks could kill, right?
No, because it's not looks that are gonna kill it.
Okay. All right. Cut to Pax. Pax, you are engaged with 2 security guards. And one of them, the armor is completely removed. The other one's a little bit hurt. And then the third one is handcuffed. And the door bangs open as a 4th one runs in. And all 3 of them that are not handcuffed are going to shoot at you.
Okay. Great. Try beating a 17.
I didn't. This roll doesn't need to happen. They didn't misfire, but they rolled. Their only successes were 1s. Did you get any success?
Woo! Man, I need to get that talent where you get a hit point back.
Oh yeah, the relentless talent.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't really help me because I don't lose hit points, but if I did, I would get a lot of hit points. So.
Sure. All right, so that was that first guy. He just totally whiffed. Let's look at the next one. Okay, all right. This guy came to play.
Okay, I'm here.
You're up against a 13.
Okay, I have a 17.
Okay, even with your -1 for being attacked?
Yes, because at the top of my attacks, it is 18.
Cool.
But it 17.
Attack number 3.
Okay. 16. Here we go. I rolled 5 dice. That's my mistake. I will reroll. Well,
Yeah.
I'll just take.
I did only get a 9 on
highest
this
away.
one.
Okay. Well, I have 2 10s.
Okay, cool. It's fine, because guess what? All those guns that just shot at you, they have double barrel. So they're going to
What?
shoot at you again.
Okay. Cool.
So 3 more attacks coming your way.
15.
Ooh, this one's an 11.
I have a 13.
Damn it.
Okay.
All right, second one.
So now we're at 14.
I got a
Ooh.
12.
I also have a 12.
Ah, I gotcha! Haha! And it explodes, which doesn't matter. Okay, so it's really hard to hit packs, you guys. So that is 6 damage with nope. Oh no, it is. It's 6 damage
6
with
damage?
6 damage. It's a gun.
Yeah, but guns usually have 5.
No, pistols
Fine.
have 5 damage.
Mm,
These are rifles.
sure.
Double barrel rifles. They have
Rifles are short range? No, just kidding. I'm being an asshole. Keep going.
6 damage with 4 armor piercing because it has armor piercing rounds.
Okay. Great.
All right, third attack coming your way. No. Well, maybe.
So now we're rolling at 13s.
I have an 11.
I have a 12.
Okay, so pa 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 pa. Bullets whiz around, tearing up this very nice estate that you are in as you dive, duck, roll, flip up a table which gets shattered by bullets as you spin around, and one bullet does graze your leg. A nice meaty chunk of your leg gets hit. And like blood shoots out, but you stumble back and like raise your knives, and the room looks worse than it did before, but they have not quite managed to get a bead on you, and it is your turn.
Okay. Well, I didn't really want to kill people.
You can
It's
take
fine.
negatives to attack them non-lethally. Because it would just be like a called shot to make you attack them non-lethally.
Yeah, no, I know that. But I did purposefully leave almost my entire arsenal at Roland's disposal. So,
Or you could keep
Um,
trying to grapple people if you think you got the chops.
oh, they seem now that I know the truth that they're not going to care about other than the people, their coworkers. These poor.
It's the downfall of any tyrannical empire. The workers don't care about each other.
So what you're saying is you need a flashback so you can have a bunch of like lassos that you can.
Oh my god, that would be the best flashback. I could do it. No, I think that I will. I do have my projectiles.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see where this is going.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna
You don't flash back, you flash bang. I get it.
that is the thing. But I can only grapple one person at a time. I can net shot 2 people at a time.
Oh yeah. Sorry, not per net shot. Got it.
No,
I was like, wait, is that in the rules? Did I forget something?
that would be amazing. But no. Yeah. So I will. Yeah. I'll do a good old net shot
Okay.
on.
You got 3 that are shooting at you.
Yeah, I will not shoot at the person whose armor I have broken.
Sure. And these are thrown projectiles?
They are.
First one, you're up against a 10.
Okay. I have an 11 and 2 10s. So if you have grit.
Against the first one?
Yes.
There was no tricky way for me to use grit, so.
Okay. Cool.
Unless I
Then
wanted
that's
to make my own
3.
luck.
That's 3 net hits on that net shot. Power. I guess the power is 3, so that would be 9. Does that make sense? I always forget
Net shot
power.
doesn't work with power or anything like that. It's just a grapple.
It's just the rating of the grapple is 3 then.
Yep.
Okay, great. And then the other person.
He rolled an 11, but I might have tricky grit things.
Okay. Okay. I am going to make my own luck then. Okay. I have a 12.
And so none of those are over an 11? Just the 12?
No, I have an 11 and a 12. Give me.
I don't have that much grit is the thing. So you can have that one.
All right. So that's a rating 2 grapple on that person.
Yep.
Great. Battlefield control. I guess. Yeah, that's my whole turn.
All right.
Really should have gotten Shuriken Jutsu.
Yeah. So after all that, you reach into your bandolier of projectiles. You pull out 2 of them and throw them out. They burst out to reveal like nets that wrap around 2 of these guys. One gets like around him and he like falls on the couch, and the other one like completely gets wrapped up and falls straight on the ground. And now there's only 1 unrestrained guard here, though you do still hear noise throughout the estate.
You see, it's a waved dungeon, so like you just gotta beat each wave that comes.
Well, you say that. Another door opens, and out of the one door that was opened and the new door that is opened, 2 more security guards burst into the room.
There are 2 doors in this room?
No, so you're like kind of fighting like in the threshold between the office and
Okay.
like the room
Okay,
outside
great. No,
the
you know
office.
the fight, yeah.
The room outside the office has 2 doors.
Great.
Both of which have been opened now to reveal security guards on the other side.
Yeah.
And you're going to get shot at.
Yeah.
I have a 13.
Oh. Well, I have a 14.
I don't have any tricks.
Okay. Then I have a 14.
All right, next shot.
Okay.
Did you roll bad? Did you roll bad? Because
I rolled so bad.
Ooh.
Okay.
Because I got an 11.
Okay. Well, I have a 13. But I roll 4 dice and I have 3 20s.
So you misfire.
I misfire, but it's not a grave misfire. Yeah. I did succeed.
Yeah. Okay.
All 3 of these dice. Oh my gosh. They're even the same dice. They're the green and black ones. These mother...
So... we will say...
I've never misfired before.
So you dive out of the way. But the unfortunate thing is you leave yourself incredibly open for the next attack. So this next attack is going to be at a -6, and that's including the multiple attacks and all that other stuff.
Okay. So 11.
I got a 10, which means you can beat it.
Haven't yet. I do have reliability. I don't. I have an 11. Which explodes.
Wait, I said I got a 10. If you have an 11, then you just beat the 10.
I'm gonna roll those dice anyway. I failed.
So I missed, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right, so that was the third attack, yeah? So now here comes the fourth attack.
Yes. I think.
This one's got a 12.
I have 13. I'm sorry.
Pax! So again, Pax, you dive, you leave yourself open, you cross your weapons in front of you, and they're like the kind of mag core, like magnetic, because you have mag core in those, right?
Yeah, I do.
The magnetic core of those like draws the bullet to them, and it pings off of the weapons, and then you spin around and leap again as the bullets fly over you, and then you raise up your arm and ping, block another one, and then you step back, knives at the ready. And those two security guards are not happy about that.
We all have to live with disappointment sometimes.
Speaking of angry people,
Yeah, sir.
Earl presses the attack on you, Kinsey.
Shocking.
He will leap over the bar, negating your cover from him. And then he is going to take a swing at you with his big old club. He currently has a 10.
There's something really entertaining about Kinsey off mic.
Kinsey's got a 12.
Yep. So Earl leaps in and he shatters a bunch of bottles as he swings his hammer, arcing it along the well bottles below the bar, over your head and into some of the top shelf bottles, as he misses you completely with his attack.
Mm-hmm.
And then Marv is going to stand up, and he is going to take a shot at Roland. But before he does, he stands up, and Roland, you just said, like, none of you are leaving this bar alive. He, like, stands up, pulling out his pistol, and he goes, "Now you understand what life is down here." He's going to take a shot.
I already did, Marvin.
Don't forget you have light cover. What is this roll? Oh, okay. One of those is a 7. I thought it was 3 ones, but it's just 2 ones and a 7.
Oh
Man, but the 7 is my highest.
Okay, I have a 9.
Damn it!
See, this is like, you put me in a combat situation with these boys, and we're on sort of an even playing field.
Do I want to try and make my own luck against that 9? I think I do. Take a grit, Roland. I'm gonna try and make my own luck because I can do better than a 7 with Marv. I can't.
I know.
Yeah, no. I roll a 3 there, so you're good to go. So yeah, Marv takes a shot at you. It fails, and then he moves to cover. He is going to take light cover as he kicks over a table.
Hey, I made that.
Kinsey, you're up. This is your last turn, Kinsey.
Shocking. Great. Kinsey,
'Cause
you
you're
better make it a good one.
It's because you're setback.
No, I understand. Yes. Is it a free action to put my bayonet on the end of my rifle?
Yeah, I think so.
Good.
Specifically,
Okay, 'cause
you're extremely experienced with the bayonet, so like I think like if like it could maybe be a test, but you're a level 19 character, you can put a goddamn bayonet on your rifle.
I want narrative. Right, exactly. I want narratively for it to be like a quick release bayonet, so I can just be like snap it back on, and then
That
stab
makes
somebody.
total
Yeah.
sense given your position as a hunter. Like,
Perfect.
skunk ape gets too close, you gotta stab it. I get it.
You never know when a skunk ape will get too close. But that doesn't matter right now because I'm gonna shoot him first.
Okay. This is Earl.
Yes, Earl, for sure.
Yeah, he doesn't look so good. Ooh. What do you have?
1 second. I'm doing them. All right. I've got a 14 high.
Okay. I might have been able to go it strong, but I can't beat that 14.
Cool.
So because of that, my high is only a 4.
Perfect. That is exactly what I need.
No. Oh, poor Earl.
Poor Earl. Yeah, that is 3 hits. 2 piercing, 15 damage altogether.
Yeah, so Earl leaps over, slashes his club, bashing a bunch of bottles, and then he misses it, and then he like extricates it from the shelf and raises it over his head, and you kind of drop
and I
back.
say, you know those aren't cheap, don't you?
As you like wrap the in that moment he raises it up and you like get the barrel under his chin and you say that, and then you pull the trigger and it fucking blows the back of his head off and he's dead.
Well, now I have nobody to stab. Shit.
Well, you did say that
Run
you
in cover. Get in cover.
Well, so that was your rifle, right? So that's a focused
No,
action.
That was my pistol.
Oh, your pistol. Okay, so you do have a
Yep.
quick action then. Yeah. Which you can
I-
use to like you already have cover against the other
Right.
two. You could use it to throw an improvised projectile if you want to toss a bottle at someone. You could leave the cover and rush at someone and punch them. You don't have another pistol. But you know what? Earl does have a pistol on his hip.
Okay.
If you want to take his pistol and shoot it, you could also do that.
I'd love to do that. That's great.
Yes, take a trophy. Name it Earl.
My gun is Earl.
Yeah, and
Everything
as he
else
drops
is
down,
Earl.
dropping the club behind him, you reach down into his gun belt, pull out his pistol as he drops down, and level your offhand down. Now you don't have the the pistolero talent, right?
Oh, is that what you think? You think I don't have the pistol?
Do you have the pistol? Oh yeah, you do. I remember this because the thought was you would always have your rifle in your main hand and your pistol in your offhand. Yeah, okay, sure. So there's no penalty to this. You just get to shoot his stupid gun.
Excellent.
Who are you shooting at? Are you shooting at Marv or Lena?
I'm pissed that Marv got free of my trap. I thought it was pretty good, so I'll shoot at him first.
Okay, he does have light cover, so you're at a -1 for that.
-1, -2. All right, that's fine.
You're up against a 9.
A 9, you say?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to play to the gallery.
Yes, give me more grit.
I know you need something. Just to count this 12.
I thought I had so much, and then I used it all really fast.
Tell me about it, man.
So that's 2 net hits total then.
Okay, how much damage is that on Marv then?
What's Marv's gun's power?
Oh, Earl's gun.
Sorry,
it's,
Earl.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's 5 damage with 2 piercing. You got 2 net hits, so that's 10 damage, 2 piercing. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you hurt Marv himself a little bit, and you bust his armor. As
Cool.
Earl drops down, Marv peeks over and goes, "Earl!" And then you just, like, with Earl's gun, just raise it right up and take a clean shot. It pierces through the table and hits Marv in the chest, and he stumbles back. And he goes, "Fuck!" And we're back to Roland.
Great.
Kinsey is out of initiative.
So our bar, remind me, has we have a little spot from the kitchen to the bar, right?
Yes.
Like a window between them?
Yep.
Great. I'm going to duck behind that and take out my rifle, and I'm going to shoot Marv in the face.
Okay.
That's it. It's not flashy.
So he has light cover, so -1.
Great. I flip on my laser sight.
Ah. He does not benefit from cover against you.
I'm not a great shot, so I take every advantage I can get.
Ooh, okay. He might have a grit here. Right now I have an 8.
Let me... I've got some reliability. So I spend grit first here, right?
Yeah, you're the aggressor.
Cool. I will spend 2 grit to play to the gallery and count as 11.
Okay. Which then explodes.
Yeah. Cool.
And
I have an 11.
cool. You can take a grit back from your 2 grit expenditure, as I play to the gallery to count this 13. So Marv does manage to avoid being shot by your rifle. But I take a net loss on grit there.
See, this is the thing. I'm not trying to win this fight. I'm trying to win the next fight by draining you of your grit.
Damn it.
It's economic warfare.
All right, cool. So yeah, you take a shot. Marv's like clutching his chest where Kinsey like shot him and like shattered his armor. And then he like you step behind, he peeks over and you shatter the like table right by where his head is, and like it like flicks in his eyes like, "Ah, God!" And like hugs it like, with his back as he like kind of like wipes his eye and like is like looking for blood, and there is none. And Lena is gonna go. Now both of you have moderate cover, because Roland, you've stepped around kind of into the kitchen area, looking through the like order window. Kinsey, you're behind the bar. So both of you have +2 to your defense against this, before any other like negatives you might have. As Lena is gonna shoot at both of you. Let's see. She's gonna get crafty. She might get crafty. I guess I roll first either way. Currently I have a 10. I might spend grit though. I spend my very last grit.
I have an 11.
I also have an 11.
Grit it is. She's gonna make her own luck. Okay, cool. So she gets to count this 12, which
I'm going to play to the gallery.
yeah, you definitely can because she's the aggressor, so you can respond.
You know, Tommy, I don't want you to run out of grit so immediately, so anything I can do to help.
Oh, thank you.
And that's a 13 for Kinsey.
Okay. Meanwhile,
I have no shenanigans. I'm just lucky to be here up at 11.
Roland. One arrow. So she shoots out 3 more bolts. Kinsey, you like pull back and you actually slip a little bit, but you kind of go with it because it's like getting you down to the ground faster, and like you like catch yourself before you like hurt yourself, but like it does knock the wind out of you a little bit as 2 bolts like shatter into the bar behind you. Whereas Roland, you're pulling up your gun and trying to duck down, and one of the bolts like does cut through your forearm and stick into the barrel of your or into the like butt of your rifle. And as you duck down, you feel this singeing pain on your arm. And I need you to roll a negate test.
I don't suppose it's possible to spend some initiative out of turn to take an antitoxin.
Not out of turn, no.
I've seen the rule book. I know it's not.
Yeah. But if it was like a thing that had a longer lasting effect, you could take a drink to like negate the effect. Or in this particular instance, because of the continued effect of toxic ammo, if you were to drink an antitoxin, you would wipe that out.
Okay. So it's just a negate test right now?
Yes. And also, because you did get hit a little bit, it is 3 damage that goes direct to hit points.
Okay.
Since we're doing it all at once.
Now, based on this singe, can I gauge how powerful and deadly I think this toxin is as it burns through my forearm?
Look, you're a medical man. You think if you fail this test...
not.
Oh, you're not?
I mean, I got an 8. I'm a smart guy.
Hmm.
I can sound like a medical man.
You're still knowledgeable enough to know that toxic ammo, if you fail, it does an additional 2 damage.
All right. Tommy, I'd like to call a truce on my economic warfare. I will now be making my own luck a number of times.
Okay.
Okay, well, that's exactly the number that I have to hit. So, let me... Okay, I've spent 1 grit. I have 2 hits.
Okay, cool. Then you are okay.
That's good. That's very good.
Yeah. So like it burns and you're like ah, and you like luckily there's like a broken bottle of alcohol that has fallen like and you just like reach your arm out and let it like pour onto your wound. You're like okay. That's fine. That's fine.
That's probably not enough, but it might do for now.
I should get this checked out, but for now I'm probably fine. It's a different kind of burning sensation now.
That stings tremendously.
So that is Lena. Now it is back to Pax. One of the 3 security guards that is here and not restrained is going to shoot at you.
Do they go before me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great.
One of the three. Two of the three do not go before you, but one of the three does.
Okay.
And then there's there's a bunch of them that are restrained. They're struggling with their restraints.
Yeah, that's what I figured on that one.
But one of these guys is totally fine.
I've rolled so many 20s. I can't even, like, so many. Not on this roll, but, well, like, over the course of this specific battle.
Yeah, this is the guy whose armor you busted. He rolled. Yeah.
Oh, so I'm also affected by, because I haven't gone yet. So I got attacked 4 times last time.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So this is attack number 5.
Yep.
So I am rolling for 12s.
I currently have a 10, but I might have tricks.
Well, I have a 12, which explodes.
I have tricks. I have a 14 now. You can take a grit as I play to the gallery.
Okay.
And now I have a 12 and a 14.
Frick. I will. I will go it strong.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That probably means you succeed this test.
I do succeed very much. Very much.
If you don't have negatives, you have a very good defense pool.
Yeah, so I'm spending 3 grit,
Okay.
which brings me down to 6.
Oh, poor baby.
Better with me.
Yeah, so yeah. And that'll count this 15.
Yeah, okay, cool. So you're clear on that. That is attack number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes attack number 2 from this guy. He has probably an 11. Yes, he has an 11.
Shoot.
Did I get you?
I have a reliability I haven't rolled yet. I was just doing the...
It's so
Yeah.
hard to hit packs, you guys. I gotta say.
Well, the thing is that I don't have very good armor, but I need it to keep... Is
Yeah,
this
no.
a projectile? Because, like, if it's a projectile, I'll take it.
it's not.
Dang it.
It's a gun.
Um,
But we already established they have armor piercing rounds.
yeah, it's not enough, though. It's not enough. Make me unlock. I have to live through like 6 waves. I'm not prepared. I am not prepared. Shit. Yeah, I have rolled 3 10s.
Oh, okay. So I get 1 net success over you. So you take 6 damage with 4 armor piercing.
With 4 armor piercing?
Yes. You could take an injury if you want.
Shoot. Yeah, fine. Fine.
Okay.
I will take I don't it's me. I will take an injury. I don't have the chart, but I did roll a 6.
You're overwhelmed, shockingly.
What?
Take a -2 to your next test.
Yeah, you're overwhelmed. So bullets are flying. You are outnumbered. Carver Barkley is standing in the doorway.
An idiot.
Standing in the doorway, hands up, not sure what to do.
Mm-hmm.
It is your turn, Bax.
So yeah, I will just throw more net shot at the 2 who haven't gone yet.
So yeah, okay, yeah. There's 2 that have not gone yet. There's 1 that did just shoot you.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Ugh, my luck is running out. I have a 12.
That's not a bad roll at all. I did roll well though. I have an 11.
Okay. Well, hopefully they spend their turn getting out of whatever predicament I put them in. Yeah. So that's it for that guy.
1 net success.
Yeah, I'm really trying hard to make this room not look like a Tarantino movie, so
You've succeeded so far.
yeah, the only blood around there is me.
There's like basically no blood around here.
Mm-hmm. And then the second person, again. Oh, that is a very good roll, though.
Well, it's a very bad roll on my end. I have a 6.
Okay, I have 4 net hits over that.
That guy is slammed into the wall with the net and like knocks over a lamp as he does, as he falls down to the ground.
That was probably expensive.
Everything here is expensive.
Yeah. I will. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Carver's
will-
got his hands up. He sees you throw out 2 more nets. One like totally takes a guy out. The other one just kind of like wraps up his arm against his like shoulder. He's like trying to like get it off. And Carver is looking at you like hands up as 5 of the 6 people who are currently engaged with you are to some degree incapacitated.
Get into cover. What are you doing? Get into cover. What are you doing?
He
Behind the
dives.
chair.
He dives
Behind the
behind.
chair.
He dives behind a chair.
That's my turn.
All right. You hear some more noise out of one of the 2 doors. The other door, you don't hear any more noise.
Also, oh no, I took an injury. Never mind. Okay.
And then the one guy who you only got 1 success on, he does manage to like cut the rope there and like get his arm free. But that does take his whole turn. Oh, Earl's dead, so he's done. It's Marv's turn. Yeah. Marv is a little desperate. He is going to he's ducked completely behind the like shattered table that was serving as his cover. And there's like a moment where like Lena kind of like hugs the wall, looks to him. You don't quite see him, but then you see from behind the table just something fly overhead. And I need both Kinsey and Roland to roll a defense test at a... It's at a -4. However, Roland specifically, I will say, has his cover persists beyond this. So Roland, you have the...
But into the kitchen.
Yeah, it lands. What he throws lands in the bar area, not in the kitchen area. So, Roland, your cover persists. Kinsey, you are at a -4 to your defense test.
So I'm at a -2 then.
Yes.
Okay. Did this asshole just throw a grenade in my bar?
You might have.
Get a feet into a tree.
I really need to scrape by. Sorry, no. Go it strong. Go it strong. Sorry. It's been a confusing day for these.
I haven't.
So this is an unopposed test. The negative is just because he landed it exactly where he wanted it to.
Oh, okay. Well then, I will roll 2 more dice as I rolled 2 9s.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. I have 3 hits.
Okay. Roland, you take. Hold on. Just confirming. You take two. You take two. Well, no. Hold on. You got 3 successes?
Yeah.
You take 2 damage. That goes directly to hit points.
Okay, well, with my toughness, it means I don't need to take an injury. Next one, though.
Kinsey got 5 hits.
Wow. Kinsey, you're not touched at all by this.
Amazing.
I know what happens because I know Kinsey well enough. Okay, so so he hucks this thing over the bar, and you see this kind of contraption with like this like kind of like hot glowing ember like line down the side of it. Roland, you duck for cover. Kinsey, you dive behind the bar and roll Earl's body over yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
The bar lights up in flame as this incendiary grenade goes off, bursting a bunch of the bottles, catching everything on fire. Kinsey, you are completely unharmed. Roland, you take 2 damage and you are now on fire, which does mean that if you don't spend your next turn like kind of like dealing with that, you might take more damage. The bar itself is covered in flame, like end to end. You watch as who's the drunk's name? What's his name?
Eli's.
You watch as
yeah.
Eli's stool begins to like burn and bend. The glass leading to the Drosera tree shatters from the heat and the concussive blast. The Drosera tree itself, though, mercifully unharmed by the flames, as mostly it's the concussive blast. There's a couple flames kind of licking the wall, like outside of the Drosera's like alcove, but it itself is unharmed. The bar is aflame. Kinsey, you are surrounded by fire. You roll Earl's body off of you, and you see for like a second out of the corner of your eye, like his entire front half of his body completely scorched and etched and his face missing as you kind of shove him into the flame. Roland, your arm is like alight with fire from where you doused it in alcohol. And that is Marv's turn. Roland, it is your turn.
Great. Is it a focused action or a quick action to put myself out?
It is a focused action.
I will put myself out.
Okay.
Do I think I'm at risk of more powerful toxic ammo damage?
Maybe.
I drink one of the antitoxins.
Sure.
Oh, what is their name? The Ophidian clan gave me.
Oh, sure. Do you know what the side effect is that?
It doesn't have any. It's a very good
Oh,
antitoxin.
they made an excellent one. Excellent. Perfect.
I got it from them for saving their whole clan, so...
Yeah, so you down that antitoxin, you hug the wall, you pat your arm clean of flame. It is Lena's turn. Oh, is it
Nah,
not?
you know what?
Is it
I
not Lena's
double
turn?
down. I
Okay.
double down.
Okay.
This guy threw a grenade at my bar.
Yeah, your bar is super on fire right now.
Yeah. Are there any intact bottles here?
Yes.
Great. I rip off my sleeve from my shirt. It's a nice shirt, so I mean business. And I stuff it into the bottle of the top of what did Foster say was our shitty alcohol? It was gin, right? He said our gin was crap.
It was either your gin or your rum.
It was our gin for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. And I shoved it into a thing of gin, and I take it and I just fucking wing it at Lena.
So you're making a like makeshift Molotov right here.
Yeah, and honestly, she's like in a booth now, right?
Sort of. Yeah. She's kind of hugging a booth.
I err on the side of setting the area in front of the exit to the booth on fire.
Okay. So this is going to be, it's a poor quality small explosive that you've just made. So it's a ranged test for you, completely unopposed. The number of successes you get will determine how close to like exactly where you want it you get. And that will determine
in my heart to hit her in the face with it.
that'll determine her defense test against it.
Thank God for unopposed tests. I have 3 hits.
Okay, that means you landed exactly where you want it. Nothing like better. You don't get extra power out of it by hitting her in the face.
Rag on fire.
Yeah, but you do. So it's poor quality. So she has no dodge penalty to this. But now she rolls to see if she can lower the damage that you would do to her. Okay. She doesn't completely undo it. So you hit the wall nearby her and it splashes out in flame, catching the wall and the booth on fire and getting her arm caught on fire as she does take 2 damage and catches a flame.
Marvin, you can rest easy in death, knowing you have done something that no one has done in 20-odd years. You've shut me up. As I take a healing tonic with the side effect mute.
Excellent. Roland, you can have a grit. You've been doing good stuff this whole session. You can have a grit. So Lena's gonna go, and startled by the fact that she is on fire, she is going to spend her turn not being on fire. Cut to Pax. Pax, you're under attack again.
Yes.
So let's see. Okay, so one of the 2. It's hard. You have so many that are netted. One of the ones that you have netted does succeed in extricating himself from the net at this point.
Okay, so I've got 3.
You have 2 that are netted and 1 that is handcuffed. 3 that are incapacitated still.
And 3 that are not.
And 3 that are not.
Okay.
One of those 3 that was not is going to shoot you at this moment.
Yeah. Shoot. Don't tell me. Because I'd like to bamboozle you twice.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. That mattered a lot.
This guy is like the captain. His stuff hurts more.
Well, because of your bamboozle specifically, my high is a 2. And I don't have any shenanigans I can do for that.
Great.
So, yeah. So you throw like a throw pillow at this guy and it hits him in the face and he's not ready for it.
Start fighting like Atomic Blonde.
Yeah,
like
exactly. At this point, right? It is your turn now, Pax.
Okay.
So currently you have 3 incapacitated, 1 whose armor is busted, who you just threw a throw pillar at, and another one who did manage to extricate himself from his net. So you have 3 unnetted. You have sound coming from 1 of 2 entrances, and you have Carver Barkley hiding in cover kind of nearby where you are.
Cool. I am going to grab the 2 remaining guys in the hall that I have netted and pull them into the room and shut and lock the door.
Assuming you like kind of like kick Carver Barkley into the.
Did he come out in the hallway?
So it's not a hallway. It's a room. There's a room attached to the office. There's like you're like in a large like kind of living type space. That's why it's got
Okay.
2 doors coming into this.
Yeah,
But like if you wanted Carver Barkley to be in the office with you, that is fine.
no, I'll just do more nets.
Okay.
No. I'm gonna throw 1 net at, just because I can frustrate him and it'll be fun, the guy who just got out.
Okay.
Gotta have some fun with it. Okay.
He has an 8.
Okay, cool. I have 2 net successes. I have a 12. And an 8.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so you pull back. That guy is just kind of cut himself loose. He's one of the first ones you got. He stands up and you just like hit him with another net as he like slams against the wall and struggles with his head like kind of like in his armpit.
I feel like Spider-Man. And then I'm gonna throw a blinding shot at the guy who is like is more ouchy. The guy who goes before me in initiative.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm gonna I'm not gonna bamboozle him. I'm not. Okay. This is
He has a 10.
oh, silly Jen. Wonderful. I love that. Okay. I have an 11 and 2 12s.
So he is 3 blinded.
Is that how that works? Or is blinding shot is it like a grapple or did we change that?
So blinding shot, I believe, gives a -2 per net success, I think is what it is in the final form. Let me confirm. Blinding ammo, -2. So it's cumulative. He's at a -6.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So you shoot a net out, get that guy's head in his armpit, and then the other one who's just got his arm loose, or no, not that guy. The one who you haven't netted or anything at all, the one whose armor you busted. You grab a different projectile from your bandolier and launch it out, and it blows up right next to his head, flashing in his eyes, and yeah, he's pretty well blinded.
Great. Just have to keep living until I can net them all, so I can use the radio.
There is the one that got his arm free.
Mm-hmm.
Is going to be able to shoot at you.
Oh, because he got free again?
No, it was 2 of them got free. You netted one of them and then blinded somebody who hasn't.
Oh, okay, great. I misunderstood. That's great.
His first shot is a 4. I'm gonna grab dice again.
Yes, I do succeed at that.
His second shot is a 10. It looks like, yeah, 10.
I have a 15.
Okay.
Only
Yeah,
on
so-
a liability, though. He was going to hit me.
He gets his arm free and then shoots off 2 shots with his double barrel rifle, one barrel on top of the other, and they blow up a table nearby you, shattering glass and like ceramic, like maybe a vase, maybe plates, you're not sure.
Okay.
And we're back to Roland.
Gosh.
I'm gonna shoot Marv.
Okay.
Ideally to death.
So he does. You are at a -1 because of his cover.
I'm not that.
Right, because you're laser sight.
If only I were a better shot.
Well, he only got a 6.
Oh no, Marvin! I rolled 2 sevens!
How much damage is that?
It's 12 damage with 2 piercing. I have an excellent rifle, Tom.
Roland may have killed someone.
You kill Marv!
Oh my
It's
god.
silent, too, so like everything about this death is quiet.
Selena's on fire. She's like patting her arm clean. Marv like peeks up. You said the last thing he heard was you saying like, you made me quiet. And then he peeks
You
up
got
and he
me to
goes,
shut up.
yeah, you got me to shut up. And he goes, oh yeah? Does that mean you're ready to... As you shoot him like right in the dome and he falls down dead.
Okay, so it's the jetpack guy that I leaned out of the car to get, and Marv.
Those are your 2
And
kills
that's it.
this whole campaign on your journey to level 20.
I mean, I shot some missiles at a guy from a cargo drone, but I don't think that counts.
They got away. All right. Well, that's Roland's turn.
That's gotta be all the initiative, right?
No. Lena and Pax and security all get to go one more time, and then you get to go one more time as well, Roland.
Oh shit, I miscounted my turns.
So Lena's gonna go. She's smart. She sees a dead Marv. She sees Kinsey start to step up from behind the bar. She's gonna run for it. She books it out into the hallway. That's her turn. Pax. There's... Hold on. Nothing happens this turn. So yeah, you have this initiative pass is for the handcuffed, the netted, and the blinded security people who don't get to do anything this turn. It's your turn, Pax.
To be fair, the blinded guy could try to shoot me.
5 of the 6 people here are struggling. The blinded guy actually you see is walking over to one of the netted guys to try and help get him out. Like based on like the shouts that the guy is like, he's like, ah, hey, come here, get over here, get this thing out of here. And the guy's like, ah, I'm coming. And they're kind of like trying to work together to get it. It's not going super well though, because one of them is blind. You're up, Pax.
Okay, so I take a deep breath. And I walk over to the guy who is blinded, and I'd like to grapple him.
Okay. So that's
So
an unarmed test. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's at a -6, which means he has a 3.
Okay, I have 3 net hits on him.
Okay.
And And I will say to the rest of them, I could have killed you, and I didn't. So maybe, just maybe, if you'd like to live, you'll give up. 'Cause I'm not even tired yet. I am scarier than she is.
Okay. Let's have you roll an intimidation test.
Okay.
We'll do this for like narrative sake. As you say this, 2 more come in the room from that door that you heard like the noise coming from.
Yeah.
2 more come in. So you have 3 who are completely unhindered, 1 that is completely handcuffed and like in the doorway, 2 that are netted, 1 that is blind and grappled with your knife at his throat as you shout this out. And the 3 that are like unhindered have their guns trained on you, and you're directly like calling to them.
Yeah.
So we're gonna give you a +4 because of how you've conducted yourself during this combat, and then also the fact that you have like a human shield.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a +4 to this initiative or to this intimidation check.
Now, how good do I think that their discipline is? Oh, man.
No grit or anything, right?
I am going to make my own luck.
Right. I was making sure that I'm not bamboozled.
No bamboozle.
Okay. You were up against a 10.
Rats. Okay. Well, frick. I'm gonna make my, or I'm going to twist the knife,
You have,
which is 2.
yeah.
Okay. I am down to my last crit, which is when things get dicey. I have an 11.
Wait,
That's
you twisted the knife. You meant play to the gallery?
You gave me a +4, so an 11 hits, right?
Yeah, but I was saying you. So do you have 2 net successes or 1 over?
I
the
have
10?
2 net successes because I twisted them.
Okay, cool. That was what was confusing me for a second.
Sorry.
Okay, sweet. So you have 2 net successes. So you say this, you draw a little bit of blood with the tip of your like stick knife against this guy's throat, and he's like, "Fucking listen to her." And the others look at each other, and like, you see them like visibly take their fingers off of the trigger, and they raise that hand away from the handle of their rifles. They haven't let go of their rifles or anything. They're still holding on to them, but they've taken one hand off, the hand that was holding the trigger. And they like kind of step to the side. The other ones are struggling against the nets. The one you have grappled is like slowly regaining his vision at this point. He's looking around. He's seeing the rest of them struggle. Up from behind the chair, Carver Barkley like steps and looks at you.
God damn it. Don't even, I hate you so much.
Let's get the hell out of here.
I came here for a reason and I can't leave.
The hell are you talking about?
Shit. Okay. I will. Come on, Carver. And we'll back out. We'll back out of this room, out and I guess into the hallway.
All right. So you have your hostage. You drag them. Not drag them. They're not fighting a whole lot, right? They understand the situation. They are walking with you.
Mm-hmm.
As you drag them out of this room into the hallway, down some stairs. The others are like kind of watching, but they like have their hands up. A couple of them actually shoulder their weapons, and basically one of them is watching you go. The other ones have started like trying to like extricate the other ones from the nets that they have wrapped around them. So one guard watches you on the way out, and as you're on the way out, where is? Yeah, perfect. As you're walking out,
Okay.
one of the one who's following you says, Mitchell, you all right? Yeah, Millie. Ain't nothing. Just let him go. Just let him walk. All right? We'll figure it out later.
Take your vest off.
To the one that's following you?
Yeah.
Millie takes her vest off.
Carver, put that on.
Gonna be a tight fit, he says.
Put it on.
He puts it on, but it is a bit of a tight fit.
It doesn't matter. He's not dodging anyway. Hopefully it's hardened. I don't want to hurt anybody. I have a pretty good idea of how she treats you, how you came up, and I don't think that's right. And I wish I could have done more earlier for you. And hopefully you're good. You seem like good folks.
Lady, we ain't looking for you to save us. We had a good thing going before you and your lot showed up.
You don't even know what a good thing is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that nobody stood up for you before now, even if you didn't ask.
You get to the doorway leading into the hallway. Like the exterior hall, like the rest of the station.
Sure. You tell Morales that I know everything now. And you tell her if she comes for me, it all comes out. And if she goes after the marshal, I will extend her suffering. And I won't let her die. And then I'll hit Mitchell really hard on the head and push him forward and slam the door. And then fucking book it.
book it with Carver. Yeah.
Except for I'm gonna book it with Carver to what's her face? Charlotte's place.
You do have a radio to communicate with Kinsey and Roland also.
I'm not interested in using that right now.
Cool. Yeah. You're able to rush him to Charlotte's place. You burst through the door. Bling, ding, 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 the bell. I'll be with you in a jacket. Oh, my goodness. You don't look so good, Missy. Who's this then?
Sorry. Well, great.
Carver Edlin, at your service.
Ms. Charlotte McCharlotte, I was, yeah, okay. I was wondering, my friend Carver is in a bit of a pickle, and I was hoping, if it wouldn't be too much trouble, that while I go straighten out just a little misunderstanding, that he could maybe help you. I know you've got a bunch of things that I always do when I come to help you, and like, moving boxes and stuff like that. And I wonder if he could help you a little bit, kind of stay out of the way of the folks that he crossed.
The hell are you talking about? Wait, hold on. What the hell? This is what? We need to leave the station.
Carver, we're not leaving. Not right now.
The hell
if we go to the Staples right now, we will get caught and they will kill you. So you have to stay here with Miss Charlotte, who is wonderful, and they will never look for you here. And I will go sort it out. Yeah? Please? I am literally bleeding for you.
Your intimidate is better than your manipulate, right?
It is, yes.
Okay.
No. Well, they're the same. Well, I don't know.
There's no way you roll more dice at manipulate than you do at intimidate.
No, I roll at a higher number for manipulate, but I'm out of grit. So I guess intimidate is better.
Roll manipulate at a +6.
Okay. This is what I've been working for and doing all those chores for so many months.
You're not rolling to convince Charlotte.
I know.
Ms. Charlotte.
Ms. Charlotte. Great. I have a 14.
I have a 10.
And a 10. And a 5.
Okay, so you have 2 successes.
Yes.
So, what's her first name?
Shirley.
Yeah, Shirley.
Right.
So Shirley stands off to the side, a little confused, and Carver goes, "All right." He kind of leans in close. He goes, "All right. I ain't gonna be ungrateful. You earn my trust. But if I don't hear from you before sundown, I'm out of here. I'm taking my chances out in the Badlands. I'd rather get eaten by a pack of axe handles than go back to her. You understand?"
Carver, I'm going to say this extremely clearly for you. If you don't wait for me, not only will she catch you, but she will make you suffer. So, you're going to wait here with Shirley Charlotte, possibly the sweetest little old lady, in the place that they will look for you absolutely last, other than me sneaking you in to Morales's rooms herself, which I have done before. And there is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You are not the linchpin. I don't actually need you. I care about you because you are a person who deserves a real life out from the thumb of this abusive asshole. So let me be extremely clear. If you leave here, you fuck it for everyone. Because you will not be able to withstand Leo Riggs's torture. So you will be nice. You'll have tea. You'll help flip some boxes. you'll, sweep or whatever. And when someone comes into the shop, you'll just head into the back and you'll stay here until they either hang my body in the town square or I come for you. Is that understood, Carver?
When you say the bit about Leo Riggs, his face goes ashen. And then you finish your piece, and he goes, she seems nice. I can help around. I'll wait for you. I'll get it.
Great. Thank you. Miss Charlotte, if I'm absolutely...
What happened to the scruffy fella? I liked him a little bit more. This guy seems a little weak around the gills.
He's a little fidgety, isn't he? I know.
He is. He looks like one of them stage folk from San Cordero. You never know when they're being truthful or not, I'm sorry, I shouldn't talk about you. And she slaps him on the shoulder. I shouldn't talk about you while you're here in the room. You seem like a mighty fine fella, and if you're a friend of Jane's, you're a friend of mine.
Thank you, Ms. Charlotte. And I'll be back to help you with any sort of chores. And you know what? I actually met a very cute man that I'd like to introduce. Maybe because he's kind of cute and you're kind of like my grandma or whatever. And so I just thought maybe you would like to meet him. So, but maybe in a little bit, I've just got to, sort out these troubles. Everybody who's squidgy always gets into troubles. So it'll just be a little while. I'll be back really soon.
Jane, you sure like to bury the lead. Well, all right. I'll let you play matchmaker in a little bit. But for now, I'll take care of your friend, Mr. Barkley here. Mr. Barkley, I imagine you're in some sort of trouble, given the line of work Jane seems to be in. Nothing too serious, man. I don't care none. You know what? You're pretty tall, and I got some stuff that needs to go on a high shelf. So come on back here. Now, Jane, don't be too long now, all right? I don't want no trouble.
If he stays out of the way, no trouble will come to you at all.
All right, well, there's plenty of places where I can stash him. I mean, not too many. A fella his size, I mean, he ain't going to fit in the cupboard none, now is he? You need to go on a diet, young man.
And I will leave.
Yep.
Cool.
Where do you head?
I don't know.
Roland and Kinsey, what do you do?
It's my turn.
Are you chasing after Lena?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. So the thing is, she is very athletic.
Sure. Does she get out of line of sight of the front door before, by the time I get there?
Let me see.
I have a gun. It evens the field between non-athletic and athletic people for centuries.
I do think she does actually manage to turn the corner. Because she spent her whole turn, and so I rolled athletics to see if she could get out of, line of sight.
Sure.
And she rolled 3 11s, so I think she does it.
Man, even down here with the air off.
The air's on, actually.
It did.
Is it?
It did turn back on, yeah. Part of the power coming on was that the air reset.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good and bad for our bar being on fire. Yeah, I will get outside and so I'm mute. Can I whistle while I'm mute, or is it just no sound comes out of my mouth?
No, you can absolutely whistle. The mute has to do with your vocal cords, not your
ability
mouth.
To push air past my mouth.
Yeah.
That would be much worse. Yeah, I don't know. I whistle a couple sharp whistles as if to like if you were going to call an attack dog. I don't expect it to do anything. I just want her to be afraid.
Okay. Yeah. You don't like a long woo type whistle, then follow it with 3 sharp whistles afterwards, and it echoes down the hall.
All right, then I come back in and I start putting out this fire.
Yeah, there's a lot of fire. There's fire everywhere. Yeah.
I think that's what we're both doing right now. Yes.
All right, yeah. Roland and Kinsey putting out the fire. You finish putting out the fire around the time that Pax steps out of Shirley Charlotte's general store.
I'm mute. This one's on you.
Yeah, Kinsey, you're standing there with a mute Roland. He can see now, but he can't talk.
Great. Perfect. Sorry. Yeah. Right. We've put out the fire. The place is. where
It
should be,
looks
right?
terrible, but
Right.
the fire has stopped.
Okay. I motion to Bender and Marv and Earl. Then I point at the tree. And I point at Kinsey to indicate you. And then I point at Marv and like make a lifting motion. And then I make a hucking motion at the tree.
Kinsey points at Marv, makes like a hucking motion at
You
the tree,
can talk.
and then points at Marv and the other one,
Earl.
Earl. Yes, I was wondering if it was Earl, and then points at the vents because Kinsey knows I don't know that he's communicating this, but Kinsey knows that it's going to take the tree a few hours to eat one of the bodies. So he's trying to point at the vent to be like, should we hide the bodies in there while the tree is taking one of the bodies and digesting it?
So, Roland, Kinsey mirrors your pantomime for a second and then starts doing a wild pantomime. He points at Earl, points at the vent, and then just starts moving his hands a lot, like around his abdomen and the tree and like up and down his body, and then Earl again, and then Marv and the tree.
I like point at Kinsey and then I come over to him and I like grab his face and move his mouth.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Kinsey, Roland grabs your jaw and moves it up
Yeah.
and down silently.
I'm going to roll to see if I can understand this.
This feels like honestly, it feels like a reasoning test. Reasoning +4, attribute only.
All right, it's 2 hits.
Okay. Yeah, that's enough to understand that Roland is telling you that you can talk.
Oh, you can hear me, but you can't say anything.
He nods.
Got
Yeah.
it. Understood. I understand the problem. All right. Can you help me? And he's still using way too many motions. Can you help me take the bodies and put them in the vent so that I can feed one of them to the murder plant and it can digest? Or you're saying no? Okay, sure.
He points at his weak arms. Kinsey starts pantomiming again, and then I assume moves the bodies himself
Yes.
into the vent. And then grabs Marv first and drags him
Marv
over to the
first.
plant.
He's the biggest, you know.
So you raise up Marv's body, kind of like not quite standing up, more like holding it by like the collar, kind of lifting it up in front of you, and then just the plant like reaches out kind of instinctually at the fresh meat and wraps slowly its like dewy pink, like sticky, like petals around his shoulders, and then it just kind of pulls him in, and you let go, and he gets lifted up and like twisted to the side. And as you can't turn off the thing, the glass is shattered.
That's
so as you turn to move back to Roland, there's a very unsettling crunching sound as Marv's spine is snapped because his legs and his torso are being turned in different directions.
Gross.
And I think that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's where we're going to end tonight's session. I know we have a couple questions. Oh, no. Oh, here's my phone. We have a couple questions in the Discord.
God.
So I'm gonna get those ready. But those of you in the chat, if you have any questions at all, now would be the time to shoot them at us. We're doing a little bit of Q&A. Let's see what we got. Nope. All right. So. Oh, I didn't do preemptive research on. Okay, so Argit Lam gave us another character to create, asking how achievable a character class would be from Final Fantasy V. The too long didn't read version of it is applying spell effects to your melee weapons to deal elemental damage or status effects.
I did read a little bit of it.
Okay, go.
There's nothing in Manifest that lets you like use an insight power to imbue your weapons. So like that part of like innately using luminescence or like some other, supernatural force to do it isn't really in the game, but it's extremely easy to put like kind of like you saw in this one with the toxic bullets. Like you can put that on a melee weapon. You can make a sword that is toxic, or a sword that is on fire, or a sword that is electric. And the electric one is very mean, Tommy.
Good times.
So yeah, like you can extremely easily achieve like a dude darting around the battlefield with a poison sword, slashing people and inflicting, sort of status effects on them. You can also do it sort of like with like entangling. You can make sort of like a hook weapon almost, and you can just run around tripping people, and that's sort of like a status effect in its own way. Like this character is extremely doable as long as you're willing to like squint a little bit at it.
Yeah, for sure. And then there's another question from Argit Lam that says, is there a weapon mod that would enable a thrown non-boomerang weapon to perform a boomeranging type action? Which apparently boomeranging is a word, according to Argit Lam. So yeah, for sure. There's a mod for thrown like melee weapons or actually melee weapons in general, but it's especially helpful to thrown melee weapons, which is called a recall cable, and that allows you to pull it back if you're disarmed or if you throw it. So like you can make a character that like has a like melee weapon that is throwable, tosses it at a dude, hits them in the chest, and then like swings it back into their hand. You can't quite get like the cartoon or video game style like boomerang that hits like multiple people at once. But you can definitely like throw a weapon and really easily get it back in your hand with the retractable cable.
I mean, could you not Shurikijutsu with a recall cable and hit a couple people with it?
No, but I bet you could potentially do it with yes, not Shurikijutsu, but piercing shots. Which is the one
sure. Yeah.
where you hit two people in a row. You could use that talent to hit two people with it and then pull it back. Otherwise, potentially, depending on the GM, and I think I would probably allow this to happen depending on the character, I would let someone use sweeping strikes.
With their melee weapon on a recall cable.
Yeah, like to extend their range, right? Like, because sweeping strikes is a talent where you use your whole focus action to use one attack with one melee weapon. And normally that would mean you had to be in melee range. But I think if someone had a recall cable, I would let them hit like a bunch of people in the range with sweeping strikes, because that'd be fun.
I have made a character similar to this with two recall cabled knives and you would throw it. The one thing that sort of like makes it feel less, I mean, with the piercing shots or the sweeping strikes, this is totally cured. But something that I didn't realize when I made this character back in the day, that a recalling is a quick action. And so with that, you have to, if you've got two going on, it actually is like you throw it out, and then you hit somebody and you recall the next one, so that next turn you can kind of do this, and you're always sort of like at range hitting people with melee like that, rather than sort of like a like that kind of thing. You're not the Mortal Kombat character that I won't take a guess at.
Scorpion.
Yeah. I did once guess at it and everybody got mad at me.
You know, it's great. You can, I think, have a hooked weapon that is a recall cable, has a recall cable attached to it.
Yeah.
So you can get the hooked weapon thing that Dan was talking about.
You can get them over there.
Yeah, you can get people over there. All right. And then we do have a question in the chat from Lot Nachos, which asks, was Alana illuminated? Alana, of course, being the kind of patron of the Triptych religion, kind of perceived to be the pinnacle of humanity. She, like, the Triptych Church believes in like this kind of like triangle of like existence, and everything in existence kind of falls on some period of this triangle, and she lands right in the perfect spot where like that she has like perfect balance between all the different things and is able to kind of be like the best that humanity can offer. And so the question is, was she illuminated?
Nope.
Probably like very much not. So Alana existed, she existed right around the departure, and there were no cases of people being illuminated during that time. It took a while before humanity started to develop that kind of almost like mutation of people being born with this kind of like luminescent energy within them. So for Alana to be illuminated would be extremely remarkable. It would be very unlikely that she was illuminated.
I bet there's a fringe sect of Triptycism that is like based around the thought that she was definitely illuminated.
That sounds like a cult that would exist for sure. Yeah. And like, honestly, like there's no way to say for sure for anyone who lives on Manifest one way or another, right? There's no way to know 100%.
Yeah.
Their triangle has a circle at the top.
But it would be extremely unlikely and extremely improbable for her to be illuminated. She would have to be extremely special to have been able to accrue that power, being an adult who was here when the departure happened. I don't see any other questions in stream chat. Some fun talks about boomerangs and some other things in the stream chat, but no questions. I don't see any other on the Twitch or sorry, on the Discord or the Twitter. So I think we're going to end tonight's episode. We're so glad to have made it back to you guys after being off for this long. We're really excited to see what happens next. We hope you guys had a really great time. We had a great time. So goodbye and enjoy this beautiful music by Seth Lilly titled Waypoint.
This Seth Lilly?